Hi, welcome back to my channel. This is another one of my wig videos for you. I'm going to be showing you some more of my wigs today. You can probably tell my hair has changed colour again. I've dyed it. It's eventually going to go red and dark brown, but for now I wanted a nice intermediate colour. And when I put this brown on, I really liked it. So instead of then trying to get it darker, I've just left it as it is for the time being. It does need a bit of a straighten, but because I'm going to stuff it under my wig cap to do this video, didn't really see the point to start with. So I'm going to be going over some more of my wigs with you. I'm still getting through the 2 tubs that I've got left. I have got another order on the way of shine wigs, and I've also had a few turned up from Vinted as well. So I've also got some new wigs to show you. There was also mystery wigs from Kesh's shop to show you as well. But I'm just going to carry on with the ones that we were going through to start with, and then we'll go from there. Just a quick rundown on my makeup. Today I've stuck on a simple Primark foundation, which is apparently a hybrid. It's called the Flawless Glow Radiant Glow Primer Foundation Hybrid. So I didn't put primer on because it's already in there. Lips are, as usual, one of my Maybelline lip inks. I can't remember which shade it was. Soloist. And I also have put this on my eyes, which is the Wilderness palette by Beauty Bay. Unfortunately, this is now discontinued, so I use it quite sparingly. And I've just stuck a quick Beauty Bay brow pencil through my brows. I haven't done a massive amount with my makeup today because I wanted to get on with the wig video and I don't know how much time I'd have. So I'm going to show you what I've got. The first one I've got here is another lace front that I don't believe I've shown you. It's a shake and go one. It's got a lace front to it. It's not got lace all the way around, but it doesn't really need it. It's what I describe as a black water wave type wig. It's really easy to put on, which is good. The part's quite good on it as well, and I really love the waves on it. I like the fact that it's a little bit shorter because the other one I've got is really long, which is great, and I don't really want to cut that one, but it's nice to have the option of wearing it a little bit shorter as well. This one is another shine wig that I got. It's a pink bob, and I wanted one that was just a pure pink, more for cosplay purposes, for costumes, but it is quite a nice wig. It's nice and full in the hair, and I love the shape. It comes down really nicely at the front as well. I did trim the fringe a little bit. It is one of those plastic skin tops again, but other than that, it's quite a nice wig. You can tell it is meant just simply for cosplay fashion, but it is quite a cute little design. I've got another one here that's by Hair Cube. This one has had the parting plucked a little bit more, so it's a little bit wider than it was, and someone's added combs in because I got it from someone else, which is fine by me. It is nice quality, and it has got really nice long bangs, which means it can be worn to the side. You could cut in a full fringe if you wanted to, but I haven't on this particular one. It's a very nice wig. I'm not sure whether I'll keep it though, because I'm not keen on the long bits here. Although, as I said with previous ones, I could perhaps feather that bit so it isn't in my eyes all the time, because that's the only thing that annoys me with them, when they fall into my eyes. But the quality of the wig itself is really good, and with somebody just making that part a bit wider there, it does look a bit more natural. Although I would probably put concealer on that to change the colour, because it's a little bit too white, as a lot of these fake scalps are, which is my main grumble with them. This is one of my favourite red wigs that I've got. It is pretty much neon. One of the first wigs I got looked just like this, and I really loved it. The shop I got it from was somewhere local, but not really knowing much about wigs, I tried to style it with heat, and these ones are not to be used with heat, and so it frazzled it, and I couldn't save it. I made a right mess of it, and I was devastated. So when I went back to the shop, maybe some 2 years later, and found out that they'd had another stock of the same wig, I snapped it up and have not played with it. So this is just as it should be. It's very similar quality to fever wigs and things like that, and it is one that I generally use for costumes. But I just adored the colour so much the first time around. It's not very often you see one that's in this neon red. Most of them are sort of like a more natural red, which is fine, but I wanted one that was really, really bright. I sometimes use it if I'm doing the Little Mermaid, just because it does look a bit more cartoony, which is what I like. But it's actually quite a nice wig. I wore it for Poison Ivy a few times and got a lot of compliments from it. So you can actually brush it and everything, but heat is not to be used on this one. It's one of the few I have that isn't heat resistant. This is Lush Wigs, and this one is Ballerina. I was really happy with this one. I saw it on the website and it was in the ones that were going to be discontinued, and so I snapped it up. It's kind of like a minky pink colour, but it's got slices at the front of brown. And again, I love combination coloured wig. Although it does have that fake scalp, it doesn't really look too bad because of the way it's done, and it's lighter at the roots. You can't really see it, and so I don't mind. But I really love that little bit of brown just coming through the front there. It's a really pretty wig, and it just stands out. It's a little bit different to wear, and you can wear it with quite a lot of things because it's quite a neutral sort of shade. I do like Lush wigs. They have so much choice. You will see a lot of Lush wigs in here, just because I do actually have a lot of. And this is another one. This is a purple one. Trying to remember the style, but it's not coming into my head right now, but it is on my Instagram. My husband bought me this one for Christmas, but I really love the style. I like the short purpleness. I did have another one from this very similar that I got from Shine, but the quality of this one is much better, and so I kept this one and got rid of the Shine one. This was a red one that I got from someone that got it from Amazon originally. It did have a fringe on it, but I really didn't like the fringe, so I have actually cut the fringe off on this. They did say it's a human hair synthetic wig hybrid, which means there's a percentage of human hair in it as well. I would probably agree with that because it does feel like it's a bit of both, to be honest. It's a really nice thick wig. Definitely looks better without that fringe though. So I'm really glad that I removed the fringe on that one. I could probably pick the part a little bit just to make it look a bit more realistic, but it could be worn just as it is. This is another one that I've sort of been toying with getting rid of. This is also Lush Wigs, and this is the style Farrow. When I got this, it was a lot longer, but I have actually cut mine shorter, which makes it a bit more of a custom wig. It's just I have such a lot of black wigs, I don't really need another one. And I also think that the hairline is a little bit too dark for me here. But it's a beautiful wig other than that. So that one will probably be going up for sale. This is another blue wig that I've got. I have a feeling it might be Hazel Wigs, but I'm not completely sure. It's blue wavy and it's got a little fringe to it as well. The fringe doesn't actually look too bad, even though it is the artificial scalp. It's quite an easy wear one that I've kept for cosplay purposes. This is another Lush Wigs. I think it's called Pink Lemonade, if I remember rightly. It might be one of the discontinued ones now. It's a bit like the pink bob I've got, but longer. This, I think, was one of their early wigs. But the thing that I love about this one is it's really thick. But it's really nice quality. Quite like the fringe on it. I've done it deliberately choppy so it doesn't look too blunt. And it's great for costumes. This was another one that I got in that mixed bag of wigs that I bought at that time. This one actually is a lace front. It doesn't have a name on the wig, but it has got the sort of plasticky lace front to it. It does actually have long bangs, even though it has got a lace front, which looks quite realistic if you have a look there. Not quite sure why it's got a fringe when it's got a lace front, because usually if you've got one you don't have the other. But I love the fact that it's brown and it fades into blonde. I think that's really catchy. That sort of, it just stands out a little bit more than most wigs. I'm not sure what to do about the long fringe on this one though. With it having that lace front, I could possibly cut the fringe off quite easily, or I might just tuck it for now. But it is a really nice wig and I do like it. This is another one that I got from Luxe Hair. It's another one of the Carillon ones that they've got. It's very similar to the other one I showed you, but more wavy. So I've got one that's really straight, and then I've got this one which has got these beautiful waves in it. They're all kind of gingery shades, which I really love. And I think this looks so natural. You just put it on and it looks like your own hair. Even the part is really natural on it. You could quite easily wear this one tied back. And that is lace. It's called Light to Dark Auburn and it's Luscious Layers Long. A couple of shorter wigs here to show you. This was a red pixie one I got. It is very much a cosplay wig. I'm not sure whether I'm going to keep this one or not because I've since got another one which is very similar, but it's got more natural colours to it because it's got a bit of black in with it as well, so it makes it look more like hair than a wig. It's very similar to the pink one that I had. It's just short. It is one of those that you can actually play with and make stick out if you wanted. It's a very sort of anime type wig. You could also perhaps mess around and turn it into a full fringe if you wanted to as well. Be easy enough to do. But again, I'm not sure whether I'm going to keep it or not. It's kind of one of those I'm unsure of. This one though, I do really like. This is another short one, which I haven't got many of. And it basically is in the style of Pink, as in the singer. No surprise the wig is pink. It's not a lace front, but it doesn't really matter. This one does take a little bit of playing with to get right, just because you really need to keep your hair hidden underneath it, and it's such a short wig that you have to really push it down to get it right. But when you do, it really does look good on. See, I would never have said that this sort of hairstyle would suit, but I actually quite like it. This is another Lush Wigs. I tied it up so that it didn't get ratty, because it's quite a thick styled wig and sometimes the thicker ones do get a little bit tangled. This is called Brownie. I've wore this a few times and people have asked me if it's my hair, so I think this one's quite convincing. It doesn't have a lace front, but it is quite a nice long fringe, and so because it's got the long bangs, it doesn't really get detected as a wig. And it's a combination of brown, so you've got like a lighter brown and a darker brown in there. You can just see there if I show you that the dark brown's mixed in with the lighter brown. That's really nice. You can wear it as a full fringe if you wanted, or you can wear it as a side fringe, but that's really pretty. I usually just tuck that bit under because it just lies a bit flatter on my head, but I wanted to have options with it, which is why I didn't cut it. This one is another lace front one that I've got. I think it might actually be from Lulabelle. I think it's their Kylie wig, which is a long bob. So it starts off shorter at the back and comes down longer at the front in the style of Kylie Jenner. It's good hairline, nice quality, nice easy style to wear. It looks like somebody's had a bit of a pluck at the lace there before me and then changed their mind and left it. Probably a good thing, but that would be covered over if you were wearing a darker wig cap, so you wouldn't see it. But I do like that one. This is one of my favourite ones from Haste Base Milk. This was a lucky dip, and I was really surprised when I got it because I didn't know what I was going to get, and I really liked it. It's mainly ginger, but it has got little bits of blonde through it as well. It isn't lace front, but it has got really long bangs as well. And you can see the shade is really, really pretty on it. It's all quite natural. But there's just that little bit of blonde in it as well, which gives it something a bit different. I think it was part of their Valentine collection originally. Yeah, that's definitely one of my favourite ones from there. Love Thing, it's called. This one I think was from Shine, I think, or Shein, whatever you want to call it. And it's just a mixed bob. Starts off with darker roots, it goes into lighter. It has got this sort of longer bits here, which you can even up if you want it to put the part in there, or you can use it as a slightly longer on one side inverted bob if you want to move the part. It's really incredibly naturally looking. I quite like that one. No lace front on it. There's only one more in this tub now. This is the last one. And this is also from Lush Wigs. And this one is called Hellbore. I can't remember if I've shown you any of this collection before. I think I might have shown you the orange one. But they did a set of wigs that were long and dark but had coloured fringes. And Hellbore is possibly one of my favourites, because it's got the split fringe, which is split between purple and like a auburn or maybe an orangey red. The fringe I've got cut into a style that's kind of like a Betty Page retro feel to it, which I really like. And I just love the colourings on it. That combination of dark hair with just that flash of colour is just beautiful. I didn't get to finish the end of this video yesterday. I'm just finishing it off now before I start on the next one. The red wig I've shown you that I said I was going to get rid of. First, I'm just going to show you the one that I got instead. But this is the other one I got here. It's also short and red, but you can see it's got darker parts in it. It isn't a lace front, but it has got a fairly decent cap to it. I wouldn't say it's a pure cosplay wig, but I don't think it's a expensive one either. Now, when you first put it on, it does look a bit crazy and wild, but it is quite durable. So you can either style it into a slick style if you wanted to, or you could kind of spruce it up and make it a bit more punky if you wanted as well. And because I prefer this, I'm going to get rid of the other one. So that was a brief show on that. Now one more to show you before I change videos. This one here was from Keshley Wigs. It was originally really curly. It's now just got a very slight wave left in it. I have cut it and I much prefer it, because when it was really spirally curly, it just didn't suit me at all. It's got great hairline because it's really nice lace on it, and I've cut it up to about boob length, just above, and it has still retained a little bit of the waves. I could carry on straightening them out, but I have left a little bit of them in because I do like them, and it's just a lot more wearable for me now. Before it was so long and so wavy, it just didn't look right. The roots will probably need additional straightening at some point. I'll probably wash it in hot water so that it lies a bit flatter, and then just straighten it again. Okay, so that's the end of this video. I hope you've enjoyed it. Same as before, like, subscribe, leave any comments that you'd like about the videos. I'm always happy to hear from you, and I'll see you in the next part. Take care.